Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Alternative Tentacles Batcast. My name is Dominic Davi. I am from the band Tsunami Bomb and I work at Alternative Tentacles. And today I am talking to L.A. Machina. Welcome.
Hi.
What's up? What's up? How are you guys? Rad.
I am so excited to have you all in one place. Thank you guys for finding the time to do this. You guys are kicking ass right now. You've sold out of, just to let people know that this has come out as this is dropping, they're 7 inches now out and you can get it, but there has been a pre-order rush on this thing, the likes of which I have not seen for a band that's played a handful of shows and a 2-song debut 7-inch. Two shows and a debut 7-inch with 2 songs on it. And this thing has been flying out. You guys completely sold out of your bundles, your pre-order bundles, which is amazing. And that you've sold a ton of 7 inches. So I'm really proud of you guys. Congratulations.
AT Guinness Book of Records. Woohoo!
This is a really impressive, like right out of the gate swinging. Like I'm really stoked for you guys.
Cool.
And I definitely feel like your 7-inch is it's kind of awesome because it does feel like it's 2 A-sides. It doesn't feel like there's a B-side on this. It's like you have 2 singles on this 7-inch. And I think it's pretty sick. So, I mean, are you guys excited? How do you feel about this? I mean, it's been such a weird thing because you guys were just getting started and then everything shut down.
Yeah.
So it must be a mix of emotions with this.
Shit, we're all so proud of it. I mean, as a collaboration, it came out looking exactly the way we wanted it to. We're really proud of the songs. We had so much fun doing that photo shoot and getting robo makeup done. The whole process was like really satisfying.
Yeah.
So it's cool that people are responding to that. But I think part of, what we like to do is to give people more than just the music, give them something cool to look at too, like encompass the full-on rock and roll thing where it's like there's a little bit of fantasy and your mind can expand and go somewhere more than just jeans and t-shirt and a flannel, which we all wear on every normal day, but like when it comes to rock and roll times, like let's go big and let's have fun with it. So it's like I'm so proud to be a part of this with these amazing women. Like, holy shit.
It's a really cool thing. I definitely think that comes across. So that was planned. Like you guys feel like the band has kind of, sometimes you start a band and you're like, okay, I want it to be like this. And then it becomes this. And you're like, well, I love this too. This is a great thing. But do you guys feel like this has become the envisionment that what you had hoped for? You're like, oh yeah, this is it. This is exactly what we planned. Or is it?
It kind of just goes with the sound. I kind of really wanted some futuristic, which went with the name of it, L.A. Machina, some like Terminator. And from there, we kind of just threw stuff out there, and we're all really into like taking it to the next level, not just like wearing like Suzi said, our flannel, like really get the jumpsuits, get the glam, get the spacesuit sound, like just create like a total picture with the sound. So it's been actually a lot of fun. It's been the funnest photo shoots I've ever literally done in my life.
They are pretty epic.
Our first shoot was this that was actually our first get together. We started out with the photo shoot.
Oh really? That first early one?
Yeah, we did. It was so much fun. We were rolling in paint, and we're just literally rolling in paint.
This is the funnest band I've ever been in.
That's awesome to hear. And that's kind of an interesting thing to say because there's quite a pedigree here. Like, Suzi, you've been playing for a long time. I've seen you. I mean, when I was playing in Tsunami Bomb way back in the day, I saw you. We'd go to a club and I'd see your picture in some of the bands that you were in that you guys toured through too. So I've known of you for a long time.
Well, I always thought Tsunami Bomb, holy shit, now we get to work together.
That's crazy. Yeah, I never met you when you were in Civet and on Epitaph. I saw you guys
cross each other's paths
I would see posters. Like there was a tour where I felt like
I'm so surprised you guys never played together.
No, we never did.
Like, that's a perfect lineup. That's crazy.
No, and I hadn't heard about you until like I had heard, and then some people were like, "Oh, do you know?" Like somebody would mention in a story, like, "Oh, Suzi," and I was like, "Yes, your friend Suzi." I don't know who you're talking about. And then I saw you in your band Turbulent Hearts at Punk Rock Bowling last year, and you fucking killed it. You guys destroyed that stage. You did a great job. It was really awesome.
Thank you.
And I was really impressed.
Cool last year.
Yeah, it was.
That was
awesome.
a great last year.
So
I loved
awesome.
it.
Yeah, and so
onto that memory with everything I've got.
yeah, we all it was like
we will have it again, you guys. We will have it again.
I know it will happen. I mean, and
hopefully.
that like. And so you've had those bands that a lot of people have known you from, and you're a front woman and you're a front person in that band. And then this kind of is a band of front people. Rikki and Michelle, you guys came from the Darts. And it's kind of funny because I will say about Rikki. I will say this about Rikki. In every band she's in, she's like literally one of the only frontmen drummers I've ever met. Like, I mean, they're out there, but you are hard to miss, and your joy of playing is some of my favorite things to see. You just destroy, and even meeting you were in a million bands. Like, you've introduced me to the Darts, L.A. Machina. I started listening to Alice Baggs because of you. I started the Dolly Rots I've listened to. Like, you've been in so many things, so you bring this really experience playing as well as this incredible performer. I mean, there's not a lot of drummers that stand up on their drums. And
doesn't she make you smile when you watch her? Like, you can't not smile when you see Rikki because you know it's coming from such a pure place.
Yes,
all this joy, you know. And
I can't help it. I try to be like tough and rock and roll, and then it's just like this huge smile.
I know.
I can't. You know, that's a lot of pressure, but it's awesome when you're surrounded by two other people in the band that just, you know, you compliment and play off of, and we're having a blast. So.
That's so awesome. And it's true. You are a terrible poker player. You're not you are 100%. You're never going to be the emo drummer. You're never going to be the serious metalhead where it's like that's just not you. It's never going to be.
Though, Dom, is I've been really sick before, and I played one night when I was really sick, and I remember a girl came up to me and she was like, "You look like you're having so much fun." And I was like, man, if I'm that sick and I still look like I'm having so much fun, like obviously I'm meant to do this, you know? Yeah. So I can't help it.
No, don't change. There's all tea, no shade. This is, you got to keep doing this. You're fantastic. But I will say the big surprise, it's not a surprise, but kind of a surprise is you, Michelle, because you've always, from the first moment I ever saw you play, you were always like hair in the face, shredding. You couldn't miss you playing in the Darts on your side of the stage. You just dominated it. You were an amazing player, but you were kind of like, as far as the stage presence goes, you were like the silent warrior. It was like you couldn't stop. You didn't really say stuff. But you
I only have like one word. It has to be a strong word, you know.
It was like you were kind of like like in the good way, like Slash up there. You had the hair in the face. You were like super tall. You're fucking shredding on the guitar. You're this huge presence, and it was like amazing to watch you. But in this, you are up on the mic. You are singing. You're like up in the front. It's amazing, and you're like watching you snarl into this mic and like sing into it. It's really, as someone who's watched you for a bit, like I never saw Brainspoon perform, unfortunately, but I have seen you from the Darts to this. It's really interesting to see you like step forward. And I will really say this is a band of front people. Like there's no side players in this fucking band. You guys are all like watching you play, even in recording or your music videos. You're like, I don't know where to start. I don't know where to look. Something's happening everywhere, and it's awesome. Really true, you guys. So
yay! You know, we respect each other, and that's part of why this even happened, because we've been playing shows with each other. We've seen each other out. You know, we've been supporting each other in the scene for so many years. And like, fuck, it was a no-brainer when Michelle hit me up and was like, do you have a bass? And I'm like, oh yeah, I do have a bass. Like, and Rikki and
cool.
Michelle, like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
That's my dream band, you know? And like,
She's like, fuck yeah! I was like, oh my god, Suzi wants to play with me. This is insane. So I mean, you know, I'm a big fan of Suzi. She's just like, and she is still like, when I'm being a front person now, it's like I've been wanting to do that forever. But I never thought I could actually do it. So this is like a big step for me. And I want to sing my own songs because I always write stuff, but I kind of always let other people sing them for me.
Yeah,
so it's cool to kind of just sing my own stuff. And then seeing Suzi, and she just like helps and she does harmonies and she kind of just, for me, she inspires me to just go for it, you know, which is really cool. And then having Rikki, obviously, is just like, you know, I love Rikki. I could feel her playing. It's just, I'm very comfortable with her playing.
And you guys are
it's just good chemistry.
Chemistry's so good.
Shit. Yeah, chemistry's so good, you know. I love
Nobody
it.
takes away from anybody in this. That's the thing. While all of you are front people at the same time, it's not like there's any sort of overshadowing. Like there's a real clear just energy moving forward, and you all hold your own. You don't have to, none of you look like you're like worried about the others. Like you're like, I can hold my own. I got my own part of the stage. I'm just really impressed because it's like you all bring that energy in, and I think that's what is so compelling and what is exciting, what is making it so exciting for both you guys and for everybody watching. People are like picking that up. I feel like, I mean, that's my theory, but you know, what do I know? So was it a little weird because like you guys got going right before everything went to hell as far as the earth, planet Earth for humans, and the way the United States have handled stuff has been kind of rough, so we had everything shut down initially. I don't think it's weird to say this, but initially the plan was you guys were going to be playing main stage at Punk Rock Bowling, which is crazy that was like going to be one of your first things.
That's like literally the first thing we did.
Yeah, I was like, what? Like, I mean,
we announced the band on the day that we had to announce that we were playing Punk Rock Bowling. Like, no one even knew we were a band. It was like so much work trying, and you were there for all of it, but it was like trying to get the website and the single and the video and the name and the announcement of Punk Rock Bowling, like all in one day. It was so intense.
Yeah.
it was kind of funny being on my side because I was like, because we got to the point where we're like, yeah, we'd love to do 7-inch. I was really excited, of course, you know, knowing even unheard, I was like, oh, come on, this is going to be awesome. Like, you know, I know everyone's involved. I know who they are. I know what they've done. I'm into it. And then Jello's more picky than I am, but then even he was like, okay, yeah, I want this. Yeah. And it was great. But at the same time, it was like, as soon as we said that, I felt like, it was like, okay, let's do this, Rikki. I'm stoked. And then it was like, ring. So we're on Punk Rock Bowling. What? Like main stage. What?
Yeah, that's like so all these things just like aligned at the exact same time. We didn't really know what was going to happen. You know, we had just recorded. There wasn't, you know, we really didn't know what the band was going to do. But then people started backing it right away. Like you backed it, Jello backed it, Punk Rock Bowling backed it. All of our friends wanted to be a part of it. Like everybody was reaching out like, hey, we want to do a photo shoot or make a music video. And it's been that way ever since. And it's like really cool to see this team that we've built since October is when we really became a band. It's crazy. Like it's just massive. And like you said, like before, you know, having some things shut down because of COVID, hopefully we get to do it next year, you know, or the year. We'll do it whenever it's going to happen. We'll do it. And, you know, it's given us some time to really, like Michelle, you know, that vision, to create that vision that futuristic vision, and like, what do we want? And then also work as a team of like, where we're good, you know, Michelle's really good at this and Suzi's really good at this. And, you know, just trying to figure it all out. But it's like, we went into the studio and recorded more. And they're amazing. Like the songwriting is unbelievable. And we worked really hard over this break, you know, and it was like, that was all we could do, you know, to stay busy. So it's, you know, we're just making the best of it for sure.
Yeah, because the original plan was you guys were going to do Punk Rock Bowling on the main stage. You were opening up one of the dates, and we were going to release the 7-inch that weekend. And there was going to be, so they were going to have a jump on it that weekend. And then everything just went to hell for everybody. And that was all canceled, and that's been postponed till next year. And but I have to say, I know, we all know a lot of bands, but I really do feel like LA Machina's handled this situation the best. I mean, because you guys,
know what? It kind of inspired the artistic. A lot of times when stuff for me goes bad, I get really into the creative side.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I was like, you know what? Since our Europe tour got canceled, I'm like, well, shit. We got some time. I'm like, let's write some songs. And just like from there, I just felt the more stuff kept going down, and just I felt more inspired to create stuff. So I would send Rikki stuff, and then Suzi like, all right, let's make some demos. So we kind of just worked through like emails and just kind of put these songs together, and we hit the studio. This month has been insane.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful of this band, because right now I would have been going insane, but this band has just like kept me, in this hard time. So, I mean, as far as COVID, there is a plus side that it kind of expanded the art, mentally, to that next level, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, you had to dig deep and kind of figure out ways to make this work.
Yeah.
I think you've been very successful.
Working hard anyway. Like that's just the kind of people we are together. Like we had a plan. We were going to go to Europe. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We were going to shoot videos, all that stuff. But then COVID hit. So we're like, okay, well then what else can we do?
Right.
Time. Rikki would have been juggling tours, going back from Europe to LA, then back to Europe with us, with different bands. We wouldn't have had the time to sit down. And we rehearsed like motherfuckers. Like we were in the studio sometimes 2-3 times a week, just hammering out these new songs. And we wouldn't have had that time to really give them the attention. It would have been a lot more rushed to do this album. So really having this time to like focus and meet up, and we would just see each other and work on music for hours and hours. Like it really gave birth to this incredible album that, shit, I don't know if it would have sounded exactly this way if we didn't have the time.
I can't wait to hear it. I haven't heard the newest songs.
This Dom, you're gonna lose it, man.
We had a bunch of special guests come in, and it's just like we had 2 different guys. We got Ed Stasium, we had Paul Rossler, we got Mass Giorgini. God, we got
that's fantastic.
What a team.
I know that you had to, and I imagine the organization and the challenge would have been kind of tough with the pandemic. Like you guys had to, I remember hearing from you guys about how you had to like quarantine yourselves, then include yourselves into the bubble so you could work. So like you guys have had to kind of almost bring yourselves into the quarantine so you could function like this. And you're lucky that you could, and that there's 3 of you, but still that's been so challenging. I can only imagine that must have been so challenging. I mean,
it required a lot of conversations about just safetyness and making sure that we all felt comfortable, and that the people, but our team is tight, it's like it's us as a family. We consider each other family. And then there's a very small outside ring that we kept, and just having conversations with everybody, wearing masks as much as we can. It's worked. We've made it really work, and I
really have. You really have.
It's been really great. But I'll tell you what, Dom, I've been in a lot of bands. You know this.
Yes.
This band has one of the best work ethics. Like just grind. Like even sometimes they'll come up and be like, "Let's keep doing it." We're like, "No, let's focus on." Like it's not like it's. And I like to push, and it's like this fucking band just gets after it, man.
That's great.
We're so passionate,
No, that's fantastic. Because I mean, and I have to say, it's evident. It's evident in the fact that you've put out videos during this time. You've recorded an album during this time. You're pushing forward. You're already looking to the next step of what people are going to see. I mean, I've only seen like little teasers of like some of the photo shoots that are going to go with this new album. I've gotten a little bit of description. I have a little bit of clues of people who are on it in the full length. I'm very excited for you guys. I think this is going to be really fun. You are definitely making the most of this time and definitely creating a silver lining as best you can from the situation. But like one of the best examples of what you could do, how you can change gears and still take advantage of this moment while being in a band. So hats off to you. That's really amazing.
Well, we love touring, we love playing shows. So that's that of course it's hard to not be able to go and be on stage and
I've been missing music. Yeah.
It's so
tough.
much.
It's tough. I haven't been in the same room. I lament this on all the episodes. I haven't been in the same room with my main band since November 2019, all the members. So it's been forever.
It's hard. You gotta, you gotta have those conversations, and some people can't. Some people live with people that could get sick or work. It's hard. It's and we're fortunate, like the three of us have really, we figured it out, and it's been wonderful. So
that's so great. Well, let's talk a little bit real quick. If you're on the podcast, you're gonna hear me play this song off the 7-inch, and if you're watching on YouTube, you're gonna see the music video. This is not another Teenage Head. We're gonna play it, and then I want to talk about how this happened. So here, let's play "Not Another Teenage Head" by L.A. Machina.
Woo.
And we're back. Actually, it was just so perfect.
That song was like a fucking prog tune.
It's so quick. It just like it's almost like it was instantaneous for me. Well, tell me about that video and that song. Since this is gonna be you actually released this on your own before you had made any agreement with us or anybody. Like, this was your announcement song. I'd like to know a little bit about where this song came from in particular, and then the video itself, because I believe Suzi directed this video, correct?
I pulled this fucking video out of a hat with a rabbit. Like, it's magical that I had enough footage in my iPhone to make a video.
You made this on an iPhone?
Well, everything was
Fuck off.
shot. Everything was done, like, I must have been doing it subconsciously, because at our first day we ever got together, when we had that photo shoot and our first rehearsal, I had my phone set up at that photo shoot, taking behind the scenes footage for I didn't know what purpose, and then I got a little bit of stuff at the studio, and when we were in the recording studio, I got some footage having fun, because I do like to document these things. We made the choice together in the studio to release Teenage Head as the first single, and it's a fucking incredible Michelle song. I think there's a little bit of history to that, right? Didn't you record that or try to release it before, Michelle?
That song has been sitting in my 8-track for like 10 years. Twice attempt to get recorded in Brain Spoon, and then I actually almost did an Electric Children, which I play also. That's from LA. And so I ended up holding it because it's like I wanted to do this band thing. And so when these girls came up, we had the 7 songs, and that was like their favorite, like, Michelle, this song, dude, we got to do this, and it's got to be the single. I'm like, all right, let's do it finally after 10 years. And it's like, it's so amazing to know that song was waiting for right now. It's weird to see it. It's just so cool, and how you guys released it and you guys chose it. So I'm grateful, and the bandmates is just like, it's perfect. It's just like,
it's funny how that works.
So weird.
There were a couple of riffs on the Tsunami Bomb album that date back to the first Tsunami Bomb iteration when we were playing years ago. Like, I sit on songs and look for the spots that I can put them in, and sometimes it'll be pieces. Sometimes I'll detach it from the piece that it was meant to be with and put it with something else. And I mean, it'll just sit. And sometimes it sits for months because my lazy ass bandmates don't finish writing their parts. But I mean, it's funny how those things will sit waiting for the right place,
Yeah, it's so weird.
You even try to play them with the band, and you'll love the band, and you'll be like, this is not coming out, so you put it away again. Just it's not right. And then you meet another group in this situation, and then it just comes together.
So perfect. Like, the song came out exactly, I'm glad it waited. And then Suzi, on top of that, did the video. The video came out. She was like, okay, 2 days. I'm like, it's my first time working with her. I'm like, can I see the video? I'm like, I was so nervous, oh my God. So she pulled out this video, which blew me away. I'm like, dude, you get it. It's just like the psychedelic weirdness. It was so cool. And all the footage she secretly shot just blew me away. The video's one of my favorite videos. I love you guys. It's so good. It's so amazing. You helped
me to tap into my psychedelic side that I didn't know it needed.
Blew me away. Seriously.
That's awesome.
I didn't know you had a psychedelic side.
She did.
As somebody who's watched you play for a couple years now, Suzi, I didn't know you had a psychedelic side. That's not a side I saw.
Yeah, right? She's like punk rocker at heart, but
hard.
Man, we're getting down,
right? No, it's so
we're getting down.
It's rock and roll, it's
psychedelic. We got some heavy stoner. We got it all.
That's so cool.
Oh yeah, heaviness. We're in a freaking stoner rock band. It's amazing.
Oh, dude.
I can't wait.
So good.
No, honestly, props to you guys it's a great song. It really announced you guys really well. It showcases everything. It's a lot of energy to it. It's clearly a standout, and I think it's going to be a popular song for a long time. And Suzi, I've already used this as an example to bands and my own band as how you can pull something together and make something awesome out of it. It really showcases your skill at putting this together, and that you had the forethought and foresight to record some of these first moments that now are showcased. When this band is long gone, you can watch this video and see the first moments, and years, I'm talking years down the road. You got,
I know. We're so cute. So much fun together at the photo shoot. We're like, ooh, paint.
Yeah,
That
but
really was
and
a
it's like our
first
very
moment,
first
though.
rehearsal and our first
First
photo
rehearsal,
shoot. It's awesome.
first photo shoot. It was so
it's
just
really
like,
cool.
It will always be there in history.
I
Like,
mean,
just
you should always have somebody
captured.
in the band getting all the behind the scenes shit, and
That's
somebody
Suzi.
Yeah.
who
That's Suzi. I'm like, don't get me picking my nose.
flattering shots. But shit, I've just made a bunch of different new emails and downloaded free trials of Final Cut Pro for like the last 4 years. So
Don't give it away.
No,
I want everyone to know because
Right.
it's knowledge.
Hey,
just go for
I'm
it.
an artist and a graphic designer, and I went to film school. I gotta tell you, you're awesome. Your design sensibility and your eye for things, it definitely shows through, and you're really talented. And I've seen it in other bands.
I did some film school. I just dropped out.
I did too. I dropped out too. I dropped out because of the band.
Yeah, and I just wanted to learn music videos for the band, really.
Yeah. No, and it's cool that it's so easy, but I mean, it's really fun. It really set a great tone, I think, for you guys, which is really fun. Like normally, I'd spread it out a little bit even further, but I have to say, it's interesting to see that video and then watch Go.
Fucking
You could tell we were quarantined for like,
Yeah, it was explosive.
It's like quarantine and then that poof.
You guys,
Well, and Dom, that video is because of you, because we didn't have a video, and you were like, "Come on, get a video," and we literally like, "What are we gonna do? It's quarantine. Just come to my house. I'll have like Eric, who's got some great cameras and editing skills. Him and Kevin could come out. We'll just shoot." And that's what happened. There was no dialogue. There was no storyline. There was nothing. It was just us like running.
She's like, I got a hot tub.
It was all centered around the hot tub.
We got capes and hot tubs. Like, okay, that's
dude,
awesome. And motorcycles.
It is seriously a party that I would like. Anyone who watches it wishes they were at. Like, it's a party that you wish you were invited to. Like, I want to go to L.A. Machina practice because that seems a lot more fun than any of my practices.
Right.
Like,
it's legitimately that much fun. Like,
it was actually that much fun shooting, or maybe even more.
Okay, let's go ahead and play it.
Okay.
And then we'll talk a little bit more about it. So again, for you on the podcast, you're going to hear the song Go. And then if you're on YouTube, you're going to actually see the music video. Here we go. This is L.A. Machina with Go off of Welcome to the Machina. Here we go.
Crash collision on the mass confusion. Gotta
And we're back.
Yay!
So I have to say, okay, that video is super fun. It was really awesome because I was just suggesting, like, I was like, you know, see what you can put together, like, because let's treat this as a single. And I have a really funny story about this because when you guys sent the video to us, Jello saw it, loved it, and then was like, why isn't this song the A side? And I was like, because of you. You are the reason.
Oh my God,
Your
that's
fault.
hilarious.
But it completely convinced him that it was of the strength of its own, of this song, like that this
That's
song
awesome.
stood on its own. And that's kind of what where when you say like, oh, it's because of you, it's like, I don't know if it's because of me. Only that I like looked at it and went, well, this song is a really strong song. Let's turn it into a standout song for you guys, so that when you're playing shows again, people will know it. Like people will be able to sing that. It's not just. Let's not treat it like a B-side. Let's treat it like another A-side.
A-side. Why not? Shit, it's cool.
Yeah, and I did hear, though, this was the first time Michelle was on a motorcycle. Is that correct? Riding a motorcycle on her own?
It was so fucking cool. You know, so Rikki, she's got all the Harleys there lined up. Got Dusty. Dusty was her instructor, pretty much there. So I was like, well, hell, man, I've been quarantined. I need to get on a freaking motorcycle and just go, you know? So it literally almost felt the first time I shot a gun. So that rush was just so, you know, we just needed that one scene. It was just like, so hopefully we'll do more lessons.
It was so awesome to see her do it. She just
It was
fucking
so fun.
killed it.
It was so fun.
Because, you know, it's hard to, like, pull the clutch and, like, turn.
And they got the
then
cameras going. All right, 1, 2, go.
Yeah, and then the camera's got to be perfect. She did so, like, you'll see her in the video at first, like, she kind of has, like, this weird, like, oh, shit, and then she just grinds.
Yes. And I kept going to, like, stop. I'm like, oh, shit. Okay, I got to turn around.
But then I dropped the bike on me.
So cool.
She didn't even drop a bike on her.
Is it because you're paying attention to everything else?
That's
you
what
start
happened.
messing up, like, because you're trying to help everybody.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
That's
totally
what
get it.
happened.
Well, I mean,
So
Suzi,
epic.
it was epic to see you with the flag. That was sick. You know,
so
like
cool.
that was. I mean, awesome flag, by the way. Fuck you guys, your own flag. Like that was awesome.
Hey, that's Rikki
Yeah,
over there, though. She's got these brilliant ideas, and it's like, dude, how many times have we already used the flags and like gotten?
Yeah. And they were so
Oh, cool.
cheap, and like they're super light and foldable. So if anybody needs a hookup, I can help you. They're rad. No wrinkle. They're rad.
I do. We'll talk about that after, because yeah, I want a flag.
Oh, no.
Everyone's gonna have flags now. Great.
Yay!
That'll be
That's
the
rad.
thing. Well, no, it was just cool. Like, I love that final shot of you guys riding down together with the flag through like a suburban Southern California street. Like, it's kind of awesome. Like, there's something about it it's just a really cool image to end the video on. Who was I look at him and I'm like, I know who that is. Who's yelling at you guys in that video? I couldn't place him, and I'm the idiot for not being.
Oh, Mike, party's over.
That's our good friend Mike. He's an ex amateur boxer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's our bodyguard.
Nice.
But yeah, we were like, come be in the video, man. Like, come scare us. And he had to do it. He's so great. You would love him. Yeah. He loves music, loves rock and roll.
He looked familiar. Maybe I confused him with somebody else. I thought he might have been a musician in a band. I couldn't tell who it was. I was like,
he used to play drums back in the day, but he hasn't in a long time.
Oh, I had no idea. Wow.
Yeah, he's a badass.
So cool.
He does a good job of being an angry neighbor. That was really good. Party's over. He's all pissed.
So great.
That was awesome. Another thing that people knew you guys, I think, has been able to, like, you've only played 2 shows, which was it's kind of awesome. One was kind of a smaller show, and another one was quite big. So that was epic. How were the 2 shows that you put? Like, it's really funny because you guys are all experienced touring musicians. You know everything. You know everyone. You know how to do it. Like, you guys have a million stories. But as far as this band's concerned, you have 2 shows plus the digital punk rock bowling performance you did.
You're right. Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the 2 shows that you got to play, like, just so people can hear about it.
Well, shit, the desert was super cool. There are some friends of mine from San Diego. They've got a small independent record label. And for the last 3 years, I've been going out there for this thing called Fuck It Fest. And it's out in Slab City, which is like, you know, the off-the-grid artist kind of hippie commune, punk rock, fucking Mad Max style shit out there.
Yeah.
And the Fuck It Fest was coming up, and I was like, shit, you guys, do you want to do this? Like, it kind of is perfect with our aesthetic, you know, and a really good place, I think, to play your first ever show, because you know, it's far out enough from LA where if somebody makes the trip, then they're dedicated, you know. But if we're just playing with the people that live out in the lab, they're just super fucking grateful. Like, I love playing out there because people are so stoked and appreciative for bands from out of town to come and bring rock and roll to their little community, you know. So we knew we were going to have an awesome show no matter what. It didn't have to be like this in front of everybody, this big like debut show. It was for us to get comfortable on stage together because we hadn't gotten to play a live gig together yet. And we had such a good time. There's like, you know, chicks with hula hoops out there and street dogs running around. And
it's so cool. It was literally in the middle of nowhere. No one. It was
we still have people that actually like are so loyal from that show that still like comment on every photo we put up since that show. Like they're so nice.
No, that's so cool. It's a cool place for you guys to do your first show. I think that's really awesome. But then your second show was a little bit different than that kind of scene. You want to talk about that?
Yeah. Monkey just, you know, sent me an Instagram DM and was like, hey, do you want to open for the Addicts, either Turbulent Hearts or your other project? And I was like, fucking LA Machina. Like, are you kidding?
Yeah.
This has to be our first big show. Like, it was just perfect. And that was super cool too. Like, cause we got to, you know, play at a pretty big sized amphitheater. Garden Amp is a good sized venue to play your second show at. Ladies, do you have any comments on that? That was super cool.
Oh wow,
it was amazing. We didn't get a sound check though, and it was like our first real big show, and it was so scary and all the scary things, you know.
I was
like,
nervous.
oh my god, so many people up front and just waiting almost, and it was great. I mean, for our second show and our last show we ever played, like it was packed and everybody came out for Addicts, and it was a big party. It was a lot of fun.
You guys
did
great.
So many cool fans that night. We like made fans for the first time, you know, like really, really having our merch set up and stuff.
No, it was fantastic. The clips I've seen of it looked fantastic. You guys looked and acted like a polished, well-experienced band. But I mean, it speaks to the professional and experience that you all have as musicians. That's why I got real pissed. There was some jackass that posted on a video, go, "Can these girls play? I'm not sure."
Oh, I saw
and then a
that.
bunch of people were like, "Whoa, whoa."
I'm ready to bust a solo on the guy's lap next time I see him. Like, I'm keeping an eye.
It was really funny.
No,
I think
cool.
somebody posted just laughing, but like,
yeah, it was pretty funny.
People were like, yeah, they can play. Like, everyone got real pissed real fast.
Saw that. Everybody like came to our defense, which was really
cool.
sweet.
Yeah, I was like, hello, what the hell? Like, stupid. But
you know, let people have their expectations and then we'll shatter that. You know?
Hey,
you know.
All for 100% being real. Like, I have watched all of you play for years now, and you're all incredible musicians. I want to be you when I grow up. Seriously, you guys are fantastic. You're really, really great band. It's so fun watching you guys all play, and it's really fun watching you in this band. I'm very excited. Is there anything else you'd like to let people know about the band? You guys are working on a full length. That's going to happen. Very excited about that. Anything that someone who is just picked up your 7-inch or is considering picking it up or about to listen to it online, what would you like to say to them?
Well, should we tell
There's more coming.
Sorry, what?
Coming.
I was going to say, should we tell everybody about our our upcoming single with Nick Oliveri?
You can. I can put that in or leave it out. It's
Oh
okay.
yeah, we had Nick come and do vocals on one of the new songs. So
Michelle.
we're really stoked. It's so cool. And so yeah, he really made the song. You know, Rikki actually hit him up, I think, from like I think Black from the Dwarves, and hooked him up, and he showed up, and it just like nailed it on the vocals. Was
He's
rad.
a screamer. He was known
so
for
cool.
He's got the best scream in rock and roll.
He
oh
was
my
so
God.
nice and so awesome. Yeah,
That's so
totally
great.
made the song. Just like it was pretty epic. And then we got Fred Armisen too to show up and do some like chimes, Rikki. It was insane. It was like an epic weekend of just like
That's so
phenomenal musicians that showed
That's
up.
fantastic. I cannot
Paul
wait
was
to hear
tripping. And then we had Paul Rossler doing some weird like freaking spacey like synth, you know. It's so sick, man. It's just so sick.
Cannot wait to hear it.
The full length I think is gonna, you know, pick up where the 7-inch left off. We really hit it hard coming out of the gate with 2 super strong songs for the 7-inch, but I think people are gonna be very happy when they get their hands on this full length because it gives them a lot of different types of rock and roll. And something Michelle often says is like we're about the different faces of rock and roll.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And like there's not just one style that we stick to. We love lots of different genres within. You know, and so we explored and we made something really honest and fun and pure, and it comes from our hearts, and I think it does rock and roll justice, like for real.
That's fantastic. Honestly, guys, thank you
Yay,
so much for
Suzi,
being
good
here.
call.
That was great. Check out L.A. Machina. Pick up their 7-inch Welcome to the Machina and be on the lookout for their album coming in the future and more information. Find them on all of the social medias ever. And it's worth it. Yeah, find them.
Find them.
Yeah, come find us.
Find them. We will find you.
Thank you guys so much. Have a great
Thanks
night.
to you, Dom, and thanks to
Awesome, Dom. Thank you
AG
for
for
having us.
everything.
My pleasure. You guys are amazing. All right. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next time on Alternative Tentacles Batcast. My name is Dominic. This is L.A. Machina, Rikki, Suzi, and Michelle. See you later.
Peace.